lock you up. Abor Akiba. Cha-cha. One.
We get a suit.
No,
Let's have a look-see.
don't be shy. Have a look.
Greetings. Okay, now I have a distinctly unfair mod installed for if it gets too out of hand. I'll just display what it does. I can click this. Look at that shit. That is beyond unfair. Like, I'm not intending to use it unless the Savage Omega gets way too far out of hand again. But like, if we do remotely well, and he starts pulling absolute bullshit,
Yes.
then I'm not going to be against using that.
I'll be waiting here.
Okay, I have the right weapons equipped. Let's see. Alright, with this, I think we're good.
Yes.
I still really like this. I do think Metal Sonic is better. All life form data. Yeah, let's sell this Metal Sonic with battles coming up still. Hope that'll be any good. Unironically, it's like,
Visual on the top.
broadly speaking, I would be like, oh yeah, Cell's gonna win because he's like Cell. In the context of like Metal Sonic's abilities, it seems goofy, but like honestly, it might be one of the worst possible matchups for Cell. I am missing something. Yeah, okay, the ridiculous defense I got from another mod. It's nice. It's ways. Honestly, as a whole though, Power Skate is incredible. It's one of those things where it's like, it's fun to think about, but at the same time, not even that power scaling itself is stupid. It's that people will say retarded shit they claim is like highly educated on scientific nonsense. But it's like, no dude, your process is literally so flawed on the face of it that anyone taking it seriously might be brain skin. There's so many dumb assumptions where it's like, people will come to conclusions. It's like, oh yeah, because Mario and Luigi defeat an X character that happens to be really fast, that doesn't mean that they are just as fast as that. And because Toadette runs at the same speed in Super Mario Wonder, it's like, okay, now that is reason to believe that Toadette is as fast as Sonic the Hedgehog. That's the kind of fucking reason to use. It's like, maybe not that precise example, but it's the exact methodology. Yeah, exactly. That's the exact same nonsense. And not only that, like, as I said, it's like, if Yoshi can do that, it then means that someone will look at fucking Mario Party arm wrestling minigame, where Yoshi is like arm wrestling with a Goomba, and that means that people will be like, oh yeah, the arm strength of a Goomba is, you know what I mean? It's like, something that's literally obviously wrong on the face of it will just be taken as absolute truth. Doesn't know that. is, I think he only does these moves if he doesn't have, like, if there's no enmity. And I think that Baby's I think that's it. That is the wrong move.
I know it's fun to play with fire, but take it easy, alright?
Honestly, I think that, like, power scaling and all of that, like, it's best if you do treat it as literally. It's like, here's this bullshit of, like, how do I put this? I think one of my favorite examples I saw was in the recent Mario vs. Sonic discussion. People were like, yeah, Super Sonic is powerful and all that, but what if Mario used chance time from Mario Party in order to steal the Chaos Emerald? Stuff like that. I think that's significantly more interesting. Like, either that or just go all the way with, like, sick-ass mover and smash animations where you destroy power scaling. Don't pretend to take it seriously. Yeah, it's like with Mario, it's an inherently more cartoon universe, and like unless you're talking about something like Bobobo, which inherently is like playing on the idea of like logic from something like Mario being the little shonen. Like unless you're talking about something like that, there's not really much of a point to it. I love how, like, the Gear 5 clip that just proved how fucking dog shit One Piece is. How, like, one of the responses was, it took, like, 20 years for Luffy to get, like, a fraction as powerful as Bobo. Which, honestly, yeah. I love throwing characters like Momo into power scaling discussions because it's inherently bullshit. Unironically, Momo is so fucking funny. I love Momo. Like, even as a kid, when I didn't really have the context of like shonen being ridiculous, I already just whenever I saw Momo, I had so much fun with it. Like, it was definitely one of my favorite shows when it was on. I hope they just nails the fuck out of it. Okay, there it is. Okay. I'm gonna give it a serious attempt, but if we see some bullshit happening, if there's serious bullshit happening, I'll kill myself. Do you mind? Okay. Even when you some less bad things to be easier for myself, I'm feeling very good about this. I'm not sure what's that opening question though. That was greedy beyond greed. Yeah, let me just stand directly inside of its biggest dig attack. And just and just see if I can counter it despite standing still basically during the entire thing. Sure. Unironically, you know what I think is a more interesting thing to ask rather than a lot of the time is why have them fight alone? And like, I don't mean like, you need, like, yeah, they would never fight. It's more like, can you write an interesting scenario where you can justify these two trying to go for his throat? Like, for example, one thing I quite like is there's this Sonic vs. Goku comic. And like, yeah, the guy is autistic about power scaling and saying that like Sonic could be on par with Goku, which I'm not going to comment on that. I don't really care if he is or not. What I care about is that like he actually does characterize both of them quite well to like actually make it seem like, okay, yeah, these two would fight in this scenario. It's like, for example, in that one he plays on the fact that like Goku won the challenge and Sonic like would de-escalate briefly but then kind of fall for the bait, so to speak. And it's like, yeah, okay, you know what? Stuff like that is actually pretty good. What I don't care about as much is like, yes, scientifically Sonic will win because he is essentially it's more like, okay, can you provide a fun character-driven reason and can you keep the fight going in an entertaining way that gives the suspension of disbelief somewhat reasonable, even if realistically, like Sonic and Superman not really would probably not really have the greatest matchup. In terms of like thinking like, who would win this one? It's like, yeah, no, that part of it was ridiculous, and that's like the thing with Death Battle is that its power scaling is easily instantaneous. If it like stopped pretending, I'd like it more, because like the actual fights themselves, they're no Super Mario Bros. You know, but they are quite good things. They're quite insane. The insistence that like, oh yeah, with our methodology, this one definitely wins you. It's like, come on, we both know that's not true. We both know that you effectively kind of eyeballed it and then decided that you wanted to win. Like, don't get me wrong, I like that it's like, oh yeah, we're taking like all of this character's powers, even if they might be like obscure or forgotten. That part is good. If you then go like, yeah, and because of that, X definitely win against Y. It's like, yeah, no. that like I'm definitely like not playing this fight entirely good. I'm way better at it. Like I can tell that like even if I'd installed the mods in like extra defense and such, even if I hadn't installed that, I mean if I'd installed it like first round, I would probably still have gotten my ass kicked at this. Yeah, they are very dangerous. I don't watch all of their stuff, mine. Like, I kind of like watch whenever. Like, you really more than matchup like what catches my eye, and that's it's often not that happens. But yeah, like sometimes they have these really good fights, and sometimes it feels like, oh, whoops, rent is due, but the episode isn't quite done. Let's restart. Let's just throw it out there. So I like that it's already frozen skull, man. I think.
I know it's fun to play with fire, but take it easy.
Don't worry about me. I'll persevere.
Keep going.
Okay, now a lot of that there would have been complete horseshit if I didn't grab this season one. So like this is why I do not feel guilty about it. Like I've gotten about as good at this fight as I reasonably could.
I'm drawn in shade. Act accordingly.
The range of everything is stupid. It's like I was practically directly underneath it and it's still hit. Like it's those kinds of things that make me like feel like, yeah, maybe that isn't cheating. Go ahead. Damn it. Okay, but I do have a buff from it, so and I'm still using the wrong weapon. I always do this. Gotcha! Let's fucking go.
Easy as always.
I was worried for a second there.
I'm glad that's finally over with. Like, I stand by really liking the base difficulty Omega. Not so much this version. This version is fine if you cheat to the point where you're basically using master rank gear anyway. Which I'm sure that's like probably designed around the idea that like, oh, it's not gonna get a master rank version, so you might as well balance it around the idea that it will be ridiculously strong with the expansion. But that's not so fun when the expansion isn't out yet, you know? Okay. 2 bits of its data and a nodule, which is equivalent to a gem in a rare store. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now, I think that my reward will be... there's this insect glaive on the list that I haven't been able to access yet.
Yep.
I think it might be...
Got something in mind?
One. It is. Okay, that looks pretty neat. I'll need to collect more of its
Look
stuff
good?
later, but...
Alrighty. Perfection.
That is pretty tasteful. I'm not sure. I think that like
Anything
the
catch your eye?
greatsword from the Final Fantasy stuff is probably a little bit cooler. But the issue is I don't use greatswords. I don't like greatswords. Okay, so it is designed around a party. Like that much is true. But the support hunters,
Everyone here has been doing
those
well, Hunter.
do actually like function as a party. Like part of the reason Behemoth sucked ass is that you couldn't like use AI party members or anything. In this case, I think it worked out a lot better because the AI actually does things like draw against aggro. So because of that, wasn't quite as bad. I will say that like yesterday, when I lost purely because the time ran out, that one was definitely because it's designed around a party. Like stuff like my broad mastery of the fight here, that much is very much something they're fine without a party in play. But like for the actual damage output in the end,
If you create a
that
loadout,
part
you can restock your
is
items in a flash.
it's made for like I feel like probably duos maybe, I'm not sure. But like it's not ideal if you're doing it alone, I guess. Either way, like I'm pretty satisfied having beaten that.
Yep.
Let's see.
Anything catch your eye?
Weird thing is that like you need to beat the Omega 2 in order to unlock this insect glaive, but to upgrade it all the way, you like to actually make the first stage, you still only need Omega 1 data. Very strange choice then.
Got something in mind?
But then for the greatsword you need Omega 1 data. That I don't
Anything
think there's
catch
any
your
other
eye?
Omega thing. Yeah.
Got something in mind?
Yeah, I don't
Got
think
something in
there's
mind?
other Final Fantasy crossover gear here.
Anything catch your eye? Got something in mind?
Yeah, no, it's just those two, so I think like wait, there was one gesture I apparently unlocked from that. Let's see. I should probably do that just to... This was it. Okay, you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I definitely feel like I would have preferred the first part to just be on loop. But as a whole, that's not half bad. I think I already had this one. Let's go. Let's go. Oh no. I like buy too many of the like DLC microtransaction stuff without actually checking out what it is. Oh no. Powerful. Okay, enough of that for now. But yeah, like I've basically done everything I want to do in this game for now. I might play it a little bit on the down low, but I'm very probably going to start playing Monster Hunter Rise again very soon. On that note, I'm gonna call it here for now. I'm just happy to have done what I